So in this video, we will learn how to add Salesforce contact from Landbot responses. Now suppose guys you have created some kind of chatbot using Landbot and you have added that chatbot into your application or your website. Now guys, every time a user is going to interact with the chatbot and enter some details and respond to the chatbot, automatically on the basis of the responses with the Landbot gets, we are going to create a new contact in Salesforce. So the user who is adding or contacting the Landbot will be added as a new contact in Salesforce. Isn't it amazing? Now guys, how you can completely automate this process and set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get the free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give your workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Landbot to Salesforce. And then just click on Create. Now we can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is, first we have to get the details or the data of chat conversations from Landbot inside Pabbly Connect. So using Landbot guys, I have created some kind of chatbots, and using those chatbots, I have added those chatbots into my application on my website or on WhatsApp. And when a customer contacts them and shares their details, I want to add that customer who is sharing their details or contacting or having a conversation with chatbot to Salesforce. Now to do so guys, first what we have to do, we have to get the details which the user is sharing with our chatbot inside Pabbly Connect from Landbot. And then using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those details to Salesforce to add that user, add that lead as a new contact. So let's begin. So here in trigger window in choose app, we have to search for Landbot. Select Landbot over here. And after that, in trigger event from the drop down, select new bot response. So using this trigger event guys, whenever we are going to close a conversation, we are going to get some response in a chatbot from a customer, automatically the details of those response will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Now to get these details, what we have to do, we have to connect our Landbot, the chatbot which we have created in Landbot with Pabbly Connect. And we are going to use this webhook URL to make this connection. So just copy this webhook URL from here and follow the help text given below over here. Now guys, how you can add this webhook URL into your chatbot? Just go to your Landbot account and here you can see that this is the homepage section. Now you have to go to the chatbot which you have created. So let's go to dashboard and lead generation. This is a chatbot which we have created. Let's open this bot. Okay, so this is the complete workflow, complete flow of the chatbot, that how this conversation is going to be. So you can basically create any kind of chatbot, any kind of conversation pattern using chatbot in Landbot. And after that, what you have to do, at last guys, after creating the whole conversation, we have to add a webhook URL over here. Now to add the webhook URL, just click on this arrow button, go to integration section over here. And then out of all of these options, we have to select the option as webhook. Just select webhook. Here the webhook has been added. Now let's connect our last step with this webhook URL. After that, just select this webhook URL and we have to configure it. We have to set up the webhook URL over here. So the first thing it is asking us is the URL and the method. So here the method will be the post method, and here in URL section, we have to paste the same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, we have to scroll down and here we have an option of send parameters. So here just turn it on, and whatever data you are getting in variable formats from your users, from your customers in the chatbot in Landbot, what you have to do, you have to create a key, that we have to give this data which you want to send to Pabbly Connect a key and the variable value over here. So in this workflow guys, in this chatbot, as you can see, just a second, let me discard it. Here you will be seeing that I am taking some details from the customer. Details like their mobile number, their name and email address. So here I am asking for their name. So the name will be a variable, a dynamic value. Then here it is the email address and the mobile number. And also I'm asking that in which service they are interested in. So while configuring this webhook URL, guys, what we have to select the parameters, that what parameters, what data from the user response you want to send using this webhook URL. So I want to send, like, for example, name. So I'll just give the key name, create a key name, and then in value in variables, we will be selecting the response of name what we will be getting from the user in the conversation. Then I also want to send the email. Just click on this add key button, and here in value in variables from the drop down, select the response of email, the variable of email. Then after email, I also want to send the mobile number. For example, mobile number. So this is the key, and by this name the data will be sent, and this will be the value. So whatever value we will be getting of mobile number, we will be mapping it over here. So this is the variable of phone number. So here, guys, you while creating these drafts, guys, you must be familiar with the variables. You just have to keep on selecting the variables and give the label name to those variables as well. Let's add another key, for example, in service, the service in which the user is interested. So we are also taking the details of the service, just select it and map it over here. And after creating all the parameters, like here I've created just 4 parameters. This is a very simple chatbot, but whatever parameters you want to receive on your webhook URL in Pabbly Connect, you can basically add the keys for that parameters over here. And after all of this, just click on apply. Okay, so we haven't pasted the domain, just paste it again, and yes. And after this, guys, just click on apply, and this chatbot has been saved. So at last, guys, here we have added the webhook URL. The reason is whenever the complete conversation is done with the customer and the chatbot will be automatically send all of these details to this webhook URL, and response of this webhook URL will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Now, guys, after setting up this webhook URL over here, let's publish it and let's open it in a preview mode. I'll just open this chatbot in preview mode, and we are going to create a test conversation. So let's open it. Here, our conversation is begin. So yes, I'm interested. Then it is asking me to fill my name. So I will be filling my name as, for example, dummy user. This is my name. After that, it is asking me to enter my email address. So let me enter my email address as well. We have entered the email address. After email address, let's enter the mobile number. Okay, so this is my mobile number. And then let's submit the mobile number as well. Okay, so let me add the country code as well, +91, and then the 10 digits mobile number. Submit it. And then here it is asking me that what are the services I'm interested in. So I'll be selecting a service and click on send. And after that, they are telling me that they will be contacting me on my email address. So in this way, we have entered the details of some dummy user. We had a conversation, a test conversation with our chatbot. And because we have added the webhook URL in the end of this chatbot while building it, we will see all the details which the user has entered in this conversation with the chatbot. All of these details will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And yes, guys, here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we can see that we have received some response. So while setting up the webhook URL, we have created 4 key name and value pairs, and we have received the data of all of 4 details. We have the name of the user, the name of the customer, what they have entered while having the conversation with the bot. We have the mobile number which they have entered, we have the email address, and also the service in which they are interested in. Now, guys, what we want that the details which the user has entered, like their name, their mobile number, and their email address, we want to send this data to Salesforce and add this user as a lead or as a contact over there, so that we can have a conversation. We can create a database of all the leads and contacts over there, so that all the users who are having a conversation with our chatbot can be documented and added as a contact in Salesforce. Now, to do so, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, search for Salesforce. Select Salesforce over here. And after that, in action event from the drop down, select the action event as create contact. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now here, guys, we have to connect our Salesforce account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this connect with Salesforce button. And guys, because we have already logged into a Salesforce account in my browser, we can see that it has automatically detected the account and asking us for the authorization permission. Just click on allow, and now we will see that we have successfully connected our Salesforce account with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the last name of the new contact. So here guys, from Landbot responses, we have received the full name of the user who was having the conversation. But here it is asking us last name and first name as separate responses. Now guys, what we have to do, we have to separate the first name and the last name from this response of full name. And to do so, we are going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect, and that is text formatter. So just scroll down and click on this add action step button before Salesforce step. And here in choose app, search for text formatter. Select text formatter over here. And after that, in action event from the drop down, select split text and click on connect. Then it is asking us text to split, that what is the text which you want to split, which you want to separate. So we want to split this text into two parts of first name and the last name. So what we have to do, we have to map this response of text over here in this field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below from the responses of Landbot, select the response of first name and it will be mapped over here. So whatever name we are going to receive from Landbot of a user, the same name will be mentioned over here. Then it is asking us for the separator. So we want to separate this text before and after this space. So we are going to use space as the separator. So just enter space over here in this way in double curly braces. And in segment index, select all and click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, in response guys, we can see that the first name and the last name of the user are separated in two different responses. And from these responses, we are going to map this data in these given fields. But because we have added some new data in the previous step, we just have to reconnect our Salesforce account. Just click on this connected button, select existing connection and click on save. Then after reconnecting it, just click on this last name field and in the drop down below, we can see both the responses, the data which we have received from Landbot and also the separated text from text formatter. So from this responses of the text formatter, select the response of last name of the user and map it over here. Then follow the same process of mapping for first name. Just click here and from the drop down below, from the responses of text formatter, select the response of first name and map it over here. After mapping it guys, we haven't received all of these details like address and other details from the user in Landbot. If you ask these details by your chatbot and get this data, you can one by one map all of this data over here. We have the phone number, the mobile number of the customer, or the user should I say. So from the Landbot responses, we are going to map the mobile number and also the email. Just click here and from the drop down below, select the response of email and map it. And after that, just map all the required data and click on save and send test request. Now guys, when we click on save and send test request, here we can see that we have successfully received a response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that a new contact has been created with all of these details which we have entered over here. Basically the details which the customer has entered while having a conversation with our chatbot. Using those details, we have added that user as a new contact in Salesforce. Now let's check it. We will go to a Salesforce account and here what we are going to do, we are going to go to contact section. And yes guys, here you can see that dummy user, the same contact is been created in our Salesforce account automatically. The same user who was having a conversation with our chatbot and entered their details, we have entered those same details and created a new contact in Salesforce. So in this way guys, we can see that the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. Now after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time. So we are just going to get back to a Landbot app and here we are just going to have another conversation with our chatbot. And yes, let's start the conversation. Click on I'm interested and this time we are going to enter the details of a new user. For example, test Pabbly. This is the name of the user. Just select it. Then it is asking me for the email address. Let's add another email address. Submit the email address as well. Then let's add another mobile number. Submit this mobile number too. And select the service as website development and click on send. So just now guys, as a new user, we have had a conversation with our chatbot and the conversation is completed. Now as the conversation is completed, instantly using those details, this user has been added as a new contact in our Salesforce account. So let's check it. We'll go to Salesforce, go to contacts page once again. And yes, Pabbly test or test Pabbly, the same user has been added in our Salesforce account as well. So in this way, we have tested this automation in real time and we saw that the automation workflow which we have created is working perfectly fine. Now every time guys, a new user is going to have a conversation with our chatbot which we have created using Landbot, automatically that user will be added as a new contact in our Salesforce account. So not just these applications guys, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down to your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.